6加8减7加6加5
18 21。
我们算不出来，sorry。
珠心算是知道吗？
那我肯定没这么快，因为我也没有学过这种珠心算。
6加8减7加6加5
等于18。18等于18。18。
I'm on my way now to a privately run preschool in Shanghai. The annual tuition at schools like these can be over $2,000 per year, which even in a place like Shanghai is still a huge sum of money. But in Chinese cities, many families only have one child, and parents feel that any sum of money is justified in the pursuit of education. Privately run schools are popping up all over China, and as the Chinese themselves might say, the phenomenon is rather like the appearance of bamboo shoots after the spring rain. Super kids are part of a major phenomenon in China that started in the 1980s and has grown in intensity, if not in number, in recent years. The dawn of the one-child era has also seen an unprecedented rise in disposable incomes and the overall standard of living, making it easy to imagine how an entire generation of children have gotten spoiled. Peter Mo is one such super kid, even among other mental arithmetic star students. His Chinese name is Mo Fan, but at the Shanghai kindergarten he attends, the New Century Kindergarten, every student has an English name. Mo Fan, age 6, speaks Mandarin and the Shanghai dialect natively, but he uses English to answer math questions his teacher poses. And he's faster than many college students. Every morning, after breakfast, he gets in the car to go to school. Once he is delivered safely, his parents part ways to go to their own jobs.
如果有什么玩具或者什么东西特别想要，你的父母都会给你买吗？
有些会买，有些不会买。
在什么样的情况下不给你买？
不好的情况下。
你家里的玩具多吗？
多。
你估计有多少？
很多都数不过来了。他们都会看我的表现。
哦，那如果你的表现不太好呢？
就不买了。我觉得不买就算了。
At the beginning of this program, we asked the question, what is 6 plus 8 minus 7 plus 6 plus 5? If you honestly knew the answer was 18, without having to calculate step by step, you're very much in the minority. And if you could have done it in a foreign language, then you're on par with Morfan. With so many obvious symbols of China's rapid modernization all around, you could be forgiven for overlooking what is probably China's most precious resource and greatest indicator of change, a new generation of super kids.
Minus 7. Next question. 3 plus 5 minus 4 plus 1 equals yes. 5. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, so that is a win.
以前譬如说我们老师更多的是传统的教育方法，都是以传授给孩子的知识啊、技能啊等等。那现在就不行，现在我们感到我们的老师就首先要考虑到的就是如何来让孩子们自己来学，特色教学就是珠心算。那么这个教学的活动呢，我认为可以培养我们孩子的这个思维的敏捷能力。还有一种是记忆的能力的培养。
Most preschoolers have an attention span of no more than 15 minutes, so preschools nowadays have started to reconfigure their schedules accordingly. What Morfan looks forward to most each night is playing basketball with his cousin, who lives with him. Morfan said he might even be able to see himself growing up to be a basketball star. He also enjoys watching cartoons and playing chess with his father. It is said that this kind of game is beneficial to children's cognitive development. and when it gets to be 9:30, Morfan calls it a day. For Morfan and others like him, the line between goals his parents have for him and goals he has for himself has long since blurred. In a country where the highest expectations of academic achievement are taken as a given, this is no small challenge.
我的太太是那个教师啊，她觉得那个在那个小孩在这个幼儿园期间啊，就是要以那个玩为主，不是以学习为主。然后到了那个小学以后呢，再进行那个学习，或者说是在那个玩的当中去接受那个新的那个知识。
就给他报了一个那个绘画班，因为我发现他不是很喜欢绘画，而且这个构图的这个能力比较差，我就给他报，但是不给他很大的压力，很多的要求。我们报的绘画班，一个学期才300多一点，所以还行，对吧？那个游泳班也不是很多的，也差不多就这么点，所以这2个班加在一起不是很贵的。
如果你父母生病了，你会做什么？
我会给他倒茶。
如果你的父母生病，你会做什么？
有空我会去看他，把他送到医院。
你自己可以送到医院吗？
啊，我自己一个人就抬不动妈妈嘞，妈妈太重了，爸爸一个人才抱得动嘞，因为爸爸男孩子高吧，女孩子矮。
A recent article on so-called super kids reported on the phenomenon of Chinese society paying more and more attention to the improvement of education. It also noted that education more geared towards overall social preparedness is sure to greatly benefit China's future. It further argued that China's greatest strength is in its increasing awareness at all levels of society about the value of education. Now, Chinese preschools are paying more attention to so-called character education, adding some light-hearted elements to the curriculum and helping students become better people all around. The original purpose for creating these courses was to have another line of defense against the phenomenon of an excess of information and a dearth of character, while still imparting knowledge, cultivating talent, and instilling a sense of morality.
女孩的年龄特点，开设了一些，比如说阿尔夫的教育，让孩子在快乐中、音乐的快乐中感受节奏，而快乐的成长。而且我们还开设了一些，根据一些先进的理念，把蒙氏的教育融进我们幼儿园的教育教学中，让孩子就是在这些活动中吧，这个能够培养自己的学习能力，学会学习，学会做事，学会游戏。
The teaching methodology used in this class is referred to as the Orff Music Teaching Method. The class synthesizes the sights, sounds, and textures of childhood to form a musical performance art. Rhythm is stressed above all, but elements of language and melodies are included. The ultimate goal is to make learning more lively and entertaining, and increase students' musical capabilities. This kind of music education maintains the comprehensive, gradual, creative, and group-oriented character of the original Orff teaching philosophy, using music as the underlying approach to teach a range of subjects. In all kinds of musical activity, the students' physical awareness, imagination, and creativity, as well as appreciation for music itself, are continually stressed.
你知不知道世界最近发生了什么事儿？知不知道禽流感？
禽流感
是什么东西？
禽类。
禽类怎么了？
禽类有一种病菌，有一种细菌到了那个鸟的体内，然后就变成禽流感。离鸡远一点，如果要吃鸡的话，得先煮得很熟。
还有没有其他的办法？
打预防针。
你知不知道禽流感？
知道。
是什么东西？
就是 HIV 病毒。
The wushu class you see here is not an additional outside course families have registered for on their own, but rather a normal part of the daily routine the kindergarten offers boys in school here. For the girls, ballet classes are offered, and even for a society where concepts of gender-appropriate roles are strong, this sort of distribution is still rare. It has, however, received rave reviews.
21世纪的话呢，将来世界上更具有挑战，所以我觉得孩子要有一种坚强、自信、乐观的一种性格和意志非常重要。所以我们幼儿园的武术班还要男孩的一种坚定、一种勇敢、一种乐观、一种自信、一种男子汉的风格。这几年的话，孩子们在全国的这个幼儿武术比赛，我们的孩子能包揽前边几个奖项吧。
我觉得我长大了还是去旅游。
哦，去哪儿？
去东方明珠。
去哪儿？
东方明珠。我想去香港迪士尼看小熊维尼。
那边有什么好玩的？
那边有巧克力。
就巧克力好玩？
还有蛋糕。
就好吃。
我想跟米奇米妮握握手，他们的城堡我知道怎么样子，很尖的。
Every afternoon around 5 o'clock, the kindergarten's main entrance begins to look something like a parking lot, as parents and other caretakers arrive to pick up their children. 你们父母开车吗？
开车。
那你父母开什么车？
我开上海的。
你呢？
开捷克。
你呢？
开东风写字楼。我爸爸开 Polo。
你呢？
正常啊。
A foreign journalist interviewing Harvard undergraduate applicants in China once expressed surprise at the level of ability among Chinese students. Unable to take the SAT, which was required of U.S. undergraduate applicants, these high schoolers were forced to take the GRE and still scored in the very top percentile. Some might argue that expectations like these and the preparation required to meet them is unfair to impose on young children. But the super kids we interviewed in Beijing and Shanghai were far from studying machines. They have wide-ranging interest in everything from art and music to comic books and sports. Gu Jiao Xiaohan's mother often takes her to parks on the weekends to practice sketching. She feels that while children are young, they should study as much as possible and make their knowledge bases as broad as possible. So she registered her daughter in a number of extracurricular courses, including painting, dance, calligraphy, and English, to name just a few. And time has shown that she has indeed picked up a lot from her courses, especially English. Her drawings, too, are playful and creative. 你们在他学校里面有没有办一些特殊的班？
学校里面呢也是有一些特殊的，就是说除了学校专业课程之外，我们也报一些其他的一些课程。学校里面的专业呢专长了一个就是说英文，还有一个呢就是珠心算，那个呢可能到了他们大班可能会加起来。英文呢就从小班开始就已经延续了。
你们一年的学费大概多少钱？
一年的学费，你是指书法还是全部算起来？
全部，包括特殊的班，包括不特殊的就。
就包括幼儿园的费用是吧？
对。
我想幼儿园加上来这一些的话，全部算起来，我想3万应该不止，3万左右应该要的。
In China, it used to be that the very earliest a student would possibly begin to study English would be in primary school. But now, there are some preschools that have begun not only to teach English, but to do so with the help of native English speakers. These foreign teachers usually bring with them a more relaxed, flexible style of teaching, incorporating all kinds of games and songs into their lessons. What about from the perspective, the requirements that parents have, or the expectations?
Expectations, I think, are a lot different over here. I think they expect a lot more out of the children. Whereas in the States, we were kind of more like a hands-on experiment-based, and that's kind of the way that both of us teach. Here, I think that there's a lot more requirement with, just like strict, like they want, we think of it as kindergarten level. You do a lot of learning, but you also do a lot of socializing, a lot of play. Where I think here, the expectation is just learning, a lot more learning and a little less play. So that's been different, but our parents are just wonderful, and they've adapted our style of teaching and our ways of doing things, and they are just so willing to work with us, and it's great.
上海是一个国际性的一个大都市，面临的不是光是我们国内的这些人士吧，他应该更广泛的接触国外的国际友人，他要进行这一方面的进行交往。因此呢，我们认为啊，从小给他打下一些英口语的这样一个基础，从小培养他这个英口语的兴趣，那么为他今后的学习、今后的终身的事业吧，可以奠定一个很好的一个基础。
你喜欢语文科还是什么课？
英文科。
英文科，你觉得为什么学英语好？是好玩还是什么原因？
就是我想长大到迪士尼里面去看一看。
哦，你的英语肯定很好，是吧？你能跟我说几句吗？
好的。
What is your name？ 你叫什么名字
I am Jack.
You're Jack. You even have an English name. That's great. That's great. 你的英语说的真的很好。
我还会说一些单词。
啊。
Box, apple.
哇。
还有 rat.
啊。
Monkey.
Monkey. In many Chinese homes with young children, as a result of the one-child policy, it is not uncommon to find up to 6 adult caretakers responsible for one child. In many cases, the children become so spoiled that the more coddling parents do, the more the simplest requests of the child go unmet. Smells so good. In many Chinese preschools nowadays, the emphasis is on comprehensive education, which is to say careful attention is paid not only to students' physical health, but also to their emotional health. Some schools even have an on-site physician who oversees and records the daily status of students' meals, the sanitation of the facilities, and other physical measures. In this way, the students' meals are guaranteed to be nutritionally balanced, and the environment overall is healthier. 孩子们都喜欢吃什么？
孩子们喜欢吃一些面食跟一些色泽鲜艳的菜，但是我们会根据季节跟营养分析表来给他们合理搭配的。
你觉得饭馆还是家里还是幼儿园的菜好吃？
都好吃啊。
都好吃，有没有你最喜欢的？
有，我到饭店里呀，吃披萨，吃披萨。我现在就想吃。
什么？
我现在就想吃。
哦，你现在就想吃？你现在想吃什么？
披萨。
Around 2 o'clock each afternoon, nap time at the preschool ends and business as usual resumes. But the process of waking up is none too simple. After putting on extra layers of clothing, students also have to make their beds and leave their areas tidy and waiting for the next day. In many schools, such character-building exercises are now mandatory, specifically designed with the helpless selfishness characteristic of many only children in mind. These exercises are meant to improve a range of personality traits by helping children start from problems, small and large, in their daily lives and teaching them self-sufficiency and diligence. Each day, as they wake up from their naps, the kids are encouraged to perform all these tasks without any outside help. This, for some children from one-child families, is a rare opportunity. Some parents note that their children, as a result of this kind of experience, even seem more mature than some of their peers.
你觉得你自己算不算一个小皇帝？
算的。
为什么？
因为我在北京当有那个小皇帝的衣服的。
你知道中国有皇帝吗？
嗯。
那皇帝是什么？
管一个国家的呀。
你觉得你自己算不算小皇帝？
不算。
好，你觉得你自己算不算小皇帝？
皇帝是男的。
哦，好。
我爸爸是皇帝，我是亲哥哥，我奶奶是老佛爷。
哦。
我妈妈是皇后。
哦。
It is now a weekend evening, but these kindergartners have invested in yet another form of study, dance class. But their hard work brings tangible results, as many of them go on to sail through their skill tests. In preparing students for fulfilling, multifaceted lives, the importance of developing a student's innate strengths and talents cannot be overlooked. Ideally, these talents and characteristics can be cultivated in the context of art, music, or other courses. But historically, some parents, in trying to help their children, have pushed their own dreams on them instead of listening to the children's own. This, however, seems to be changing. At each class, parents sit patiently on the sides, waiting with food and beverage in hand. Spending up to 10 hours of their weekends in dance class, they may not share in the restful weekends some of their colleagues enjoy, but they're definitely no worse for the wear. And the children themselves believe that only through diligent study of a range of subjects will they have a promising future and a satisfying career. Giving their children opportunities they themselves may not have had is tremendously satisfying to parents.
你们都给他报什么兴趣班？
跳舞，对吧？现在是跳舞，还有什么？以前也有画画，还有读了那个艺术语言那种。
那你们选择这些课外的一些东西，是根据他的要求，还是根据你们自己觉得？
都是根据他自己的要求。
都是他自己提要求。然后呢，我们问他，你有没有信心，对吧？有没有兴趣学好，或者有没有这方面的兴趣？
而且我们都给他讲清楚的，比如说学这个方面有什么困难的，都给他讲清楚，到底要不要学，他说要学。
Most of these girls practice dance at home on their own, just like the 2 to 3 hours of self-assigned homework Yao Xinyun has each week. She sees this effort as a way to improve herself. Each time, her father and mother make for a very captive, encouraging audience. And with their support, she is able to pursue a range of interests, giving her the kind of diversified knowledge that will no doubt serve her well into adulthood. Through working on this program, I've seen that students have an enormous amount of influence on them, from society, school, family, and the media. All of it's telling them that the society that they're entering is extremely competitive. But it seems like with recent trends in education, emphasizing a whole range of abilities necessary for social preparedness, students and parents alike are coming to realize that good test scores don't necessarily equate with genius. And well-rounded development is the only path to true excellence.
今年我6岁，我喜欢玩游戏。今年我5岁，我喜欢看书。今年我6岁，我喜欢跑步。今年我6岁，我喜欢开汽车。
has an English name. Mofan, age 6, speaks Mandarin and the Shanghai dialect natively, but he uses English to answer math questions his teacher poses. And he's faster than many college students. Every morning, after breakfast, he gets in the car to go to school. Once he is delivered safely, his parents part ways to go to their own jobs.
如果有什么玩具或者什么东西特别想要，你的父母都会给你买吗？
有些会买，有些不会买。
在什么样的情况下不给你买？
不好的情况下。
你家里的玩具多吗？
多。
你估计有多少？
很多都数不过来了。他们都会看我的表现。
哦，那如果你的表现不太好呢？
Families only have one child, and parents feel that any sum of money is justified in the pursuit of education. Privately run schools are popping up all over China, and as the Chinese themselves might say, the phenomenon is rather like the appearance of bamboo shoots after the spring rain. Super kids are part of a major phenomenon in China that started in the 1980s and has grown in intensity, if not in number, in recent years. The dawn of the one-child era has also seen an unprecedented rise in disposable incomes and the overall standard of living, making it easy to imagine how an entire generation of children have gotten spoiled. Peter Mo is one such super kid, even among other mental arithmetic star students. His Chinese name is Mo Fan, but at the Shanghai kindergarten he attends, the New Century Kindergarten, every student
7加6加5
18 21。
我们算不出来，sorry。
珠心算是知道吗？
那我肯定没这么快，因为我也没有学过这种珠心算。
6加8减7加6加5
等于18。18等于18。18。
I'm on my way now to a privately run preschool in Shanghai. The annual tuition at schools like these can be over $2,000 per year, which even in a place like Shanghai is still a huge sum of money. But in Chinese cities, many
就不买了，我觉得不买就算了。
At the beginning of this program, we asked the question, what is 6 plus 8 minus 7 plus 6 plus 5? If you honestly knew the answer was 18, without having to calculate step by step, you're very much in the minority. And if you could have done it in a foreign language, then you're on par with Morfan. With so many obvious symbols of China's rapid modernization all around, you could be forgiven for overlooking what is probably China's most precious resource and greatest indicator of change, a new generation of super kids.
Minus 7. Next question. 3 plus 5.